people are dead. Many others still missing this morning after a volcanic eruption in Guatemala sent lava flowing through the streets. Pretty impressive pictures from the Volcán de Fuego, the volcano of fire as it's known in Guatemala. Ash, clouds of ash and the molten rock spewing out from the top of that volcano. We're getting some dramatic video from surrounding villages now that show the destruction left behind. Let's pick things up there with Michael Serapio bringing us the latest on this deadly volcano. Good morning.
Good morning, Heather, and absolutely devastating situation we're seeing in Guatemala right now. Now, you began by talking about the number of dead now standing at 25, and this is the result of 18 bodies that were confirmed and found late yesterday. Add that to the 7 that officials had confirmed earlier in the day on Sunday, and it is now standing at least 25, and I say at least because there's still a number of people missing, and officials expect that number to rise. Now, take a look at some of the video on the ground because you really see the destruction that we are observing. Right now, the volcano erupted around the noon hour local time yesterday, said to be spewing lava that's about 700 degrees Celsius. It's burning the landscape, leaving a charged stench in the air. Hundreds of rescuers and emergency responders work long hours looking and helping survivors, recovering bodies if need be. But the darkness of last night, the rain meant efforts were suspended, but they will begin again this morning. We are watching for that as you take a look at more of the scene on the ground. Already, the President of Guatemala has declared 3 days of national mourning, and with the consent of Congress later today, Heather will also declare a state of emergency.
Something that we're watching in Guatemala that we haven't been seeing, Michael, for example, in Hawaii, is something called lahars. Now, what are lahars?
Well, essentially they are what is described as rivers of concrete, and that's because this is a river of debris that comes going down a hill. And you're right, it's very different from what we've seen in Hawaii. And in fact, you see there, that isn't smoke. That's a lahar hitting the side of a bridge and spewing up on top of it. And essentially these are created when pyroclastic material, essentially ash and rocks, are pushed out of the volcano. It makes its way down the hill because it is buoyant because of the vapors. It collects water as it goes down the hill, builds up speed, then collects debris and trees, which make these flows even more deadly. It buries people, pulls them into its volcanic current, covers the landscape as it continues to destroy just about everything in its path.
Viene bajando. Viene bajando la lava. Viene bajando la lava. Ya estamos ya corriendo peligro ya de alguna manera. Corriendo peligro de alguna manera porque nunca había ocurrido esto acá. Vamos a retirarnos.
Te van a golpear, Rabat. Sí, pero aquí no estoy llamando, vamos. Mira, ya viene.
This is Danny Ray broadcasting live on Stranger Than Fiction News. Breaking news, another massive volcano eruption, killing 62 in Guatemala. Millions have been displaced. Huge pyroclastic cloud buries the city alive. Modern-day Pompeii. Ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely the signs of the times that we're living in. We can see the labor pains steadily increasing. From Kilauea to down here in Guatemala, we have 62 people who have been reported dead now. Earlier reports were only reporting about 30, if I'm not mistaken. The death toll, again, 62. Around 300 others have been injured, and only 13 have been identified so far, according to Guatemala's National Institute of Forensic Science. The eruption of Fuego was the biggest in more than 4 decades. So you have 40 years since an eruption this large has occurred from the Spanish fire volcano. Guatemala Disaster Agency has also stated that at least 2 million people will be affected due to this blast. According to a lot of reports coming out, you see many people being buried alive in ash clouds and children being pulled from ashy mud. Some of it's heartbreaking, of course, but you do see heroism. Lots of heartwarming images that remind us that humanity is still alive. Honestly, you can't help but, your heart wants to go out there and pray for these people, because another blast like this has occurred. Luckily, humanity is still alive, and despite all of the other heartbreaking news that we have been reporting on here lately, kind of brings a little bit of joy to you to see these people working so steadily to try to unbury all of the people that have been buried here. I guess as far as we can tell, they were saying in the earlier hours that about 38 people, including at least 3 children, have been killed. These ash clouds have covered up to 3 towns down there. It's about 40 kilometers southwest of Guatemala's capital, which is Guatemala City. I have a few friends down there, and so we're definitely keeping all of our brothers and sisters in prayers down there. 3,100 people have been evacuated, luckily. But as you see all of these giant plumes of ash just pour down on these people, you can't help but continue to remember that these things were told to us. Sadly, the manifestation of the day of the Lord is upon us. You see a lot of things heating up. The ring of fire is definitely going. You have, again, the Hawaiian island, the major island over there, Kilauea, has been erupting for 4 weeks now, and then this one, just reported a little bit under 20 hours ago down in Guatemala. It's really, really sad to see all of these, what they call labor pains in the Bible. They're definitely playing out. And before I came on here, I was reading in the scripture, 2 Peter chapter 3, it's talking about the manifestation of the day of the Lord and all of these things that will come upon the earth, and how, it'll be very hard for us to understand these things unless we're walking in the way. And sadly, we will see more of this continue until Jesus returns. But I think the best thing that we can remember is that we're here to help our fellow brothers and sisters, especially in times of calamity, in times of emergency, in times of total chaos like this. They obviously had no idea that this was about to happen, or they probably would have evacuated the people a lot faster. But if you're just joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another massive volcano eruption killing 62 people down in Guatemala.
G'day guys, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for watching. Hope you're all doing well. They're better than Guatemala people and Hawaiian people. This is the one in Hawaii. But that was Strange and Fiction News, Ron and his lady, and they do a great job. But look at this one. This one's more with the fire, with the lava. The other one's more with the smoke, dust, ash. Bit of a difference. This is in Luana Street. It's still active. So that's after what, 4 weeks. Talk about weather manipulation. Hello. Check this out. This is the lightning in Telford, England. I mean, come on, guys. This is not normal. It's not natural. It's not normal. They're working with the machines. They're working with everything above. I mean, this is lightning upside down. I mean, come on now. These are coming from machines, from the cloak ships up here, and the arms. If you go to the chief, his channel, and No More Hiding, Wake Up. They do a lot on this. There's machinery. There's the cloak ships above us. They are producing all of this, same as the directed energy weapons, amplified and focused cyclotron resonance. California fires burning at 2,750 degrees Fahrenheit, melted steel beams. Normal house fires about 1,700. And also they found dead bodies that were actually incinerated. And when you incinerate a body, a human body, it's about 3,000, I think, Fahrenheit, or above 2,500 and above. You can't just, it just doesn't, the bones don't burn, guys, you know what I mean? So that's a directed energy weapon. I'll show you another picture here of what I sent to Jeff P once. This was an actual picture someone took, and you can see here, it's like a directed weapon. From what this was, I don't know. It's supposed to be the moon or something. It was very, very strange, guys. So that was a picture I sent to Jeff P. You can see I've got a collection of pictures here. This one here is from my own. I was going through a video and I saw this, and I took a photo of it, a snapshot, and you can see there's some kind of, looks like, I don't know, like a ship or something in the clouds. So it's very strange, but you can see here I've got a lot of pictures. My old channel had heaps of stuff on it, you know, my bigger channel that they got rid of. But you can see here I did follow the cams a lot. But you can see here, this is the sun simulator. Look at that, guys. That's not the sun. Come on there, come on there. That's a big what the moment there. It's like, what? It's crazy stuff. But you can see here, you know, I saw one of the FAA cams. There's two beams coming down there. Very strange, guys. That's the, I forget what they call them. Well, they call them something, that's for sure. But using FAA cams here. This is what I got from these cameras here. Oh, when you go big size, you can't share them. Hang on, I'll do that again. This is someone's picture of a spider, and it looked like a face, right? So that was crazy. Oh, come on, it's not going to work now. Okay. Whoop. Oh no, I've done it about 10,000 times. So you can see here, you go through a lot of stuff here. People sent me as well, which is lovely. Thank you so much. That was directed energy weapons. Oh, that's my dad. My dad and his, unfortunately, his partner passed away. Oops, that's my family. Oh, that's my little EBGBs in my tank. Little aliens. There you go. Look at that. So I'm going to do a video on these things and tell you what happened to them, okay? That there's my camera there in the fish tank. And these two split and they were swimming. I've got a video of it, don't worry. I'll show you in another video. Look at that one. That's pretty weird. That's sprites. That's right. They call that sprites. I call it like a cloak ship myself. But you can see there that it goes into that. But I collect all these, you know, pictures that I think that are weird. and I don't ever show them. I just leave it, because sometimes you do videos and you don't do them. That one's there. I thought there was a face in the clouds. That one that I took there. Oh, it's the same thing now. Hang on. Yeah, that was that one there. I'll show you this one here. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, that one. Yeah. That was like two suns in the sky. I did a different color on it. It was weird. Very strange. That was from, see, I lost the people that I was connected to in my other channel. When they do terminate your channel, they get rid of all who you were sub to. And so I had to remember in my brain, I mean, come on, I'm getting old. Hello? I can't remember that much. What the? I know, right? So here's some more pictures here. I'm getting a bit off track here, but I wanted to show you a few of the pictures that I took. Took off the cameras, live cams in Alaska. You can see here, look at that big ray there. That's not right. That's not normal, guys. You see Google tried to block it out here. That's unusual. You can see here the sprites or whatever they are going up to whatever's up there, right? Now that's a bit weird, isn't it, that one? Check it out. Look at that. That's so strange. A sun simulator and the sun popping out. I don't know. But there's so many pictures here that I've got that I never show because it's... Oh, you can see here, look at that. There's a rectangle, look, of the sun simulator. Hello. Oh, that was a good one too. Here, I'll show you. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Woohoo. That's the sun simulator, that one. That one's weird. Weird. Oh, that's definitely weird. Hello. Hang on a minute. That's the new moths that are out there in Australia. Can you believe this stuff, guys? Unbelievable. They're trying to block it out. There's a big main light there. See these lights? And I believe these are cause of fires as well. I'm getting off track here, but I was studying these for quite a while. There's a new slug in Australia. Ooh, that's the new earthworm, guys. I know, right? Okay. Oh, there's the new. Oh, look at that. That's nothing unusual about that, is there? Yeah, no. Of course not. Whatever. Now this is HARP transmitter. It heats up the ionosphere, and this tells you about the radio waves and imaging targets, buried receiver, submarine.com, HARP. That's one of those new crab things that are like the new species that's going around. Now look at that, guys. That is super weird, right? Look at that, Lenny. It's we used to watch these lights, and they talk to up there. I reckon they talk to the cloaked ships. There's the new flowers that are coming out. They're all demonic. That was like a fault with the camera. I'd say fault with the camera because there's no fireworks there, but it's also you can do faults with cameras that way too. I'm not a cameraman, but I've learnt that since. Now there was some of this stuff here. Here we go. This was found in Canada. They look like my EBGBs in my tank. I think mine are nanotechnology. Hey, you don't see him anymore, do you? This kid, Donald Trump's son. Weird, that. He never said much anyway. But these are pictures that, look at that. Phew, FAA cams. Oh yeah, that was weird. What was his name? William Henrik Sebastian von Trump. Now this is back in the old days, an old oil painting, and I was thinking he looks just like the Donald Trump son. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling at straws there. But anyway, that's from Lenny. You can see the energy going through that church there. That's the Vatican with that's like a reptilian eyeball, and there's the head of the snake. Hello. Hint, hint, say no more. Wakey, wakey, hands off Navy. That's a picture of the sun. That's a picture of the sun. That's a picture of the, what's her face? What was her name? Blondie, okay? And she's got a cake made of her in these satanic rituals. Well, they say it's art, right? This was a dinner. That's Marina Brakovic or whatever it is. I don't know. But they cut the cake up and they make it red inside. It's very strange, very cannibalistic. and she's cut her heart out there to eat. Isn't that like, that's like so much fun, not? That's supposed to be art, right? Not, don't know what that is. No idea what that is. That was weird looking, I thought. I hope I don't come across some weird photos. Yeah, Alina, this is a good one. The devil whispered in my ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm." Today I whispered in the devil's ear, "Never underestimate a woman who was born in April. I am the storm. That's me, April, April. Hello, hello." That was that Nibiru, supposed to be something like that. I don't know. That's, look at that, sunset. I think that was from Bob's. That's a spider with a face. Yep. And that's back to the picture. Anyway, I hope I didn't bore you to tears, guys, but that's just some of the pictures I've got. But anyway, I don't show much, but on my other channel I did, but you know, when you get knocked down, you've got to get back up again. But you guys are helping me out with subbing and being beautiful people. I love you all. But as you can see, we're under weather warfare. It's, but what I think they're trying to do is put people into smaller communities, get them out of the country and stuff like that, so they're easier to control. I think this is the Agenda 21, guys. I'll leave you with it, and you'll enjoy this video because it tells you in basic terms what it is all about. People, you hear about Agenda 21, well, this explains it, guys. So stay safe, God bless, and prayers go out to Guatemala and to Hawaii, and may God bless them all and keep them safe. Alrighty, guys, I love ya. Please subscribe. What do they say at the end there? Subscribe, share, and yeah, do that. Alright, guys, love yous. I'll leave you with this. Watch this. This is interesting, guys.
At its core, Agenda 21 is about control. Control over land, natural resources, and entire populations. It seeks to control the air by regulation of carbon emissions, the ground by sustainable development, and the sea through environmental regulations. Officially stated, Agenda 21 is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by organizations of the United Nations system, governments, and major groups in every area in which human impacts on the environment. Because being human will always have an impact on the environment, Agenda 21 paves the way for extraordinary UN control. When you boil it down, there are 9 basic tenets of Agenda 21. Move citizens off private land and into urban housing. Create vast wilderness spaces inhabited by large carnivores. Eliminate cars and create walkable cities. Support chosen private businesses with public funds for sustainable development. Make policy decisions that favor the greater good over individuals. Drastically reduce the use of power, water, and anything else that creates carbon pollution. Use bureaucracies to make sweeping decisions outside of democratic processes. Increase taxes, fees, and regulations. And finally, implement policies meant to incentivize a reduced population.
This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, you want to get to 0. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to 0. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to 0. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Finally, implement policies meant to incentivize a reduced population.
The Earth just cannot handle the sheer number of humans who live here. Something has to give. And I believe that it's up to us who have lived a good life to make sure that our children will have the opportunity to live good lives too. I have lived a good life.
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 Finally, implement policies meant to incentivize a reduced population.
Every year, millions of imperfect babies are born, destined for a life of struggle and hardship. But it is the rest of us who pay the ultimate cost. Billions of dollars that could be used to better society are instead wasted on the malformed.
So basically, human life is not worthy of sustainability. Alrighty guys, take care, God bless, stay safe.